It's time for the fundamental list. This is Jason McCourty's first fundamental list. We gave J-Mac some homework, asked him to put together an off-season wish list, matching some dudes up with some teams. What do you got for us?
It's about time I got my top 5 list to start this thing off. And we're going to start off with a bang. I got Joey Bosa going to the 49ers. And it seems like an obvious choice, but hey, I'm somebody that can report on this. Brothers on the same team, playing in the same position group. That's arguments within the meeting room, but that's bringing the best out of themselves and everybody else. The last time this happened was 2018, the New England Patriots, and I think they hoisted a Lombardi trophy at the end. Hey, to all the New England fans, you welcome. I helped bring that championship. My brother got to watch me in action. That is the Bosa brothers joining up. And let's get you guys' reaction. I know you gotta love this when it involves Super Bowl trophies.
I do love it. The only thing that concerns me is that this young man can't stay on the football field when it comes to Joey Bosa. I don't think you can have a time where both Bosas are being out when you're trying to get them to play a ball game. But from a brother standpoint, I would love to see it.
What do you think, Mike?
I'll tell you what, like, they had 1 year together at St. Thomas Aquinas when he was a senior, Nick was a freshman. I get that, but I'm with Harry on this. He hasn't played a full season since 2021. You have to pay somebody for what they're going to do, not what they've done. So I would probably pass if I'm the 49ers.
Number 5 got shot down a little bit. What do you got for number 4?
All right, number 4, we're going with DK Metcalf to the Chargers. DK Metcalf is a football guy. We've seen the production on the field. This guy hasn't missed games throughout his career. We've seen some of the outbursts. A player like him, you get a coach like Jim Harbaugh to be able to just harness all of that energy and put it in the right direction, and it gives Justin Herbert a #1 target on the outside and a down-the-field threat to get the ball to.
Metcalf, of course, not a free agent, but has asked the Seahawks to trade him.
Yeah, and I love this one. Look, they moved on from Keenan Allen, Mike Williams a year ago. They hit on Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnston, not so much. I love this. Put him with Justin Herbert. Let's go.
What do you think, Harry?
I love this too. Also, we got to think about it. Jim Harbaugh, he wants to do what? Run the football. Who likes to block in the run game? A 6'4", 235-pound wide receiver. But make sure he gets his touches now.
Yeah.
He's going to feel some type of way.
Did you block in the run game?
Yeah, I had to.
Okay.
You know, chip block, and then, I was a...
He was cutting people.
I was a cut blocker. PBs don't like me, man,
What do you got for the Cowboys?
The Cowboys, Jerry Jones loves his star. Give us Devontae Adams. Put him out there. Put him on the opposite side of CeeDee Lamb. Hey, in 2021, Dak Prescott went off. Thank you, Hannibal. 37 touchdown passes, and they had Amari Cooper on the other side of CeeDee Lamb. Give him an absolute threat, and you're going to get a guy like Devontae Adams who's going to be energized. He got with Aaron Rodgers last year. It didn't work. He's going to be out there to prove a point that he is still one of the best route runners in the game.
I like this. The only question I have, Jerry Jones, are you going to pay up? Or are you going to be all in, like you said, and you still got to pay Micah?
And J-Mac, why I like this from the other side of the ball, as you could appreciate, no one's going to have 2 corners that can match up with someone like Devontae Adams and CeeDee Lamb. This really, to me, would give them a shot to score more points, which they really struggled last year.
I love this.
He was released. He could sign any day. He doesn't have to wait till next week like a lot of the other free agents. How about the Lions?
And this last guy, he can't sign right away. And this is going to be a trade that happens towards the end of training camp. There's going to be a holdout. General managers like Mike Tannenbaum, they get stuck in their ways.
Wow.
And a player says he wants to get out. They're trying to stay dug in. Myles Garrett's going to dig in. He's going to be hanging out at home while this team is in practice and minicamp and all those things. And eventually, it all hits a pass, and he's going to get traded to the Detroit Lions throughout training camp. Mike T, you get the deal done when you have to.
J-Mac, what's really impressive is, obviously, back in November, you were taking copious notes when general managers like Mike Tannenbaum on TV were suggesting that Myles Garrett should be going to Detroit. Clearly, this is a win-down team, one player away. Pay the bill if you're Detroit, J-Mac. I love this idea. Let's get to the Super Bowl for Detroit. Great foundation. Came up short with Aiden Hutchinson's injury.
So I love this as well, and the reason why Aiden Hutchinson led the Detroit Lions last year with sacks with 7.5. Aiden Hutchinson only played 5 games last year for the Detroit Lions. You still have Zadarius Smith. You also pair him up with a former teammate. All 3 of those guys on the defensive line, it's going to protect that back end, guys in the secondary. I love it, J-Mac.
The question is, Detroit's got some guys coming up for extensions. This guy's going to need an extension too if you trade for him. Like, how do you manage all that?
Yeah, Dan, to me, this is where you want to use the credit card. When you have a real chance to win, and you know what's going on in the NFC, you got to beat Philly, you got to beat San Francisco. Green Bay, Minnesota. Those teams can all throw the ball. Go get him and let some other players graduate.
All right, what's number 1 on your offseason wish
You
list?
can't have a top 5 list and not include a quarterback. We got Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Giants. It's desperation right now for the Giants. Brian Dable, Joe Shane, they have to do something. They can't just go in with possibly a rookie quarterback because they're going to have to win right away next season and prove to John Mara that, hey, we are the guys. You bring in a guy like Aaron Rodgers, he can hopefully steady the ship, be able to run Brian Dable's offense and try to get some wins right away. They can't tank for anything because they aren't going to be the guys that select in the future if they don't find a way to win games. Graz, I know you love this.
So this is what happens when you have a quarterback and a head coach and a GM in a lame duck situation who has to win right now, but you don't have the roster to win right now. I also feel like Aaron Rodgers will be a human pinata with that offensive line with the Giants.
I'm also, like, I keep saying this. He's the guy you bring in to save your job. Everybody with the Jets got fired. Like, I don't understand how this works. Like, how is he the guy to save your job?
I agree with it. Just go to the other side of it. The only thing it does, guys, it takes some of the pressure off. You're sitting there at 3. Now, look, we know at 1, they could take Cam Ward. Cleveland needs a quarterback. So if you could go into the draft saying, like, it's not ideal. He's going to be 42 in December, athletically deficient. But now Travis Hunter comes into play, Abdul Carr comes into play. Go get the best football player. Not ideal, but it could be a good band-aid.
Yeah, putting off the long-term quarterback solution in New York, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to hold up with ownership there. We will see. But right now,
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.